We'll be starting in just a second. Let me get the other stream going. Hey, Jacqi.
Yes.
Are we...
No.
Can we read the chat for the YouTube tonight, or is it just Facebook?
It's just the Facebooks.
Okay, guys. Sorry about that. So tonight, we're only able to read the Facebook chat. And I apologize for that. I'm hoping one of these days we'll get a thing where the feed goes into everything.
Yes.
Dare to dream, huh? Well, here we go, guys. Hey guys, welcome.
Welcome to the show.
I was laughing because I was clicking the button, but nothing was happening. Here we go.
We're professionals.
Yeah. Jacqi's cursed, apparently.
I don't know.
As we get closer to Halloween, I've been noticing some subtle changes with you.
Maybe I'm slowly losing my mind.
I'm calling her the COVID mummy because she's wrapped in toilet paper.
Hey, it's not my fault.
That makes you as a mummy probably worth more during this COVID thing than the most expensive mummy you have at the finest museum.
Wow, that's so true. That's kind of funny.
You'll have all the townsfolk chasing you down the street, not with pitchforks or anything, but just empty toilet paper rolls that they're hoping to fill up.
I didn't consider like the fabric gold I was laying all over myself. But here we are.
I did when you were doing it. I thought, just 2 months ago, this would have been unthinkable. Sacrilege! How dare you waste toilet paper? But welcome, guys. So tonight, Jacqi descends into madness. I take a tropical vacation, sort of. I'm working on the tropical painting, and I'm really looking forward to sharing it with you guys, see what y'all think. I started it last time. I don't remember how far along I got, but it wasn't that far.
You had just put a little bit of the brown on the bottom.
Ooh, oh.
And because I was curious what direction that was going.
Oh, well, yeah, I have much to show you guys. Yeah, because we talked about so many people in the chat had ideas of ways to take it and talking about black sand beaches. I didn't go that direction this time, but I would love to do a painting like that one day. A black sand beach. Ooh, that would be beautiful. And mirror it. Yeah. So one of these days I'm going to have to do that.
Yeah, because what would be nice is like I can imagine it with like sparkles in the sand, like little glints.
It's hard to take you seriously when I know you're wrapped in toilet paper. Are you a mummy or the toilet paper genie? Like all your toilet paper wishes will come true.
I know. I bet people are envious.
You're so cute. Jacqi came in here about an hour ago and said, "Come to the bathroom and take pictures of me and Jack. Jack's helping me get dressed up." And I knew you were probably gonna do like a Halloweeny thing, but usually if a lady asks for help getting dressed up, it's usually like to zip up the back or something.
Well,
but that's why you're brilliant. You never you're never boring.
Well, and he was like a big help because I was going to town and he was like, "Wait, no, put some tape here, do that." But I will say, it's super hot. I'm really hot.
You may have to bust out of it later.
It's so hot.
And it's surprising because mummies lived in the desert, so you think that they would have dressed cooler.
No joke.
Go figure.
Well,
no wonder they're extinct.
Really. Kylie Sykes joins us, says, "Hey guys."
Hey Kylie.
Aaron has joined us, says, "Hi John and Jacqi, great costume."
Hey.
Thank you. And Barbara Brands is with us, says, "Howdy."
Hey.
So, yeah, it's still October.
It is. We're getting deeper in October each and every day. And and we also wanted to talk about some alternatives to trick or treating because we know that that's not really a thing that's happening much this year for most people in most communities. And I was kind of curious what people were going to be doing. We have a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
And and he loves candy. And then we're wondering, and
He loves candy.
Jacqi was looking up some different ideas, and there were some really cool ideas that you found, and so we want to talk about that too, and I want to talk about this painting, but it's gonna be fun.
Well, Barbara Brand says, but it's absorbent? No? Question mark. No, it is
Get
not.
caught
What's
in the rain,
funny?
you may melt.
What's funny is I'll admit we buy like the cheapest toilet paper, like 1-ply, barely there. And so when I first started, I picked up the like one good roll we have, and I was like going around, and then it ran out, and I was like, oh, I used like the fancy toilet paper.
You must be hiding the fancy toilet paper. I didn't even know.
Well, I bought it because they were out of the. Yeah, well, I don't know. That's probably too much information.
It is. I was going to say, I think we're entering the TMI sort of thing.
Well, Linda Emerton has joined us, says hi. And Carla Underwood has joined us, says hey, cuz.
Hey, cuz.
And Nancy says hey, hey. And
Hey.
Barbara Brand says, Mummy wants wine. Yes. Oh, and Durham Lions Club has joined us, and they're saying,
Hey.
they're waving hello.
Durham's Lion Club. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I wanted to talk about you guys a little bit, and had so much fun chatting with you guys. Yeah. So, well, actually, let me mention it now. I was so honored, but I was able to talk with the Durham County Lions Club yesterday, and they're brilliant. Lions clubs anyway are just really great organizations. And one of the special things about the Lions is that they support a lot of visually impaired sort of nonprofits and charities and support and stuff like leader dogs and all kinds of stuff. But every time I get a chance to meet a lion or go into a city or somewhere where they have that, I love to go and meet with the lions if I can. But I was so fortunate though that they let me attend be a speaker at one of their meetings during a Zoom meeting, which was awesome. And I was about as coherent then as I am right now at this moment. So I must apologize to all the lions out there. And but it was so much fun. And I got to talk about my absolute favorite subject, which was me.
You.
So any chance I can burn a half hour, just regaling people with stories of me.
Yeah, and then you're going to talk to Aaron's class on Monday. So
Yeah. So Kylie, yay. That's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that. And that's going to be so much fun. And this has been a great week.
Why has it been a great week for you? We've been dieting all week.
Oh yeah, there's that. I have been dieting. I'm not going to weigh myself in until Monday, and I'll do that because I don't want this whole diet thing to be about weight loss and all that. But I've been doing something that I want to mention this. I've been trying to practice something during this painting that I'm working on that relates to positive mental outlooks and everything, and I'm trying to do that with this painting, and I'm trying to apply it to the diet. Sorry, I'm really on a diet. I think that's why I can't keep a thought. The calories are low, guys. There's not enough like sugar or whatever it is your brain works on. The brain goo up there.
Yeah. Well, I would agree. I know for me, it's been the one good thing about dieting and watching your calorie count is then the glass of wine you do have acts stronger than
Oh yeah, there
if you
go.
had eaten a hamburger prior.
There you go. Yeah, and you really appreciate flavors a little bit more, and I'm trying to be a little severe with the diet. It's not too severe, but a little bit because that problem I was having with the arthritis and the gallbladder thing and all that. I don't really feel like pounding out a bunch of miles or any miles like on a treadmill or something right now. Like I'm just taking it easy, just letting my body heal itself and everything do good. So I'm trying to do a really healthy diet, but be strict because if I'm going to take off some of the weight, which is better for the arthritis and all that, then I'm going to have to watch the calories while still being healthy.
Well, I have calculated because Nancy and I have been pretty good and ran pretty much every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I have calculated that 2.5 miles warrants 12 ounces of wine. Yes. In calories.
Wow. Gosh. Well.
So, it's serious, man.
I'll tell you.
Well, Durham Lions Club said, we so enjoyed your visit. And Kylie says, thank you so much again. We greatly appreciate your time. And Nancy says, oh, wait, isn't a diet about weight? Yes.
It is. You know,
that's the only reason I go on them. Well, yes. Wait. Yeah.
It's weight, but it's You're right. It is, but. And I need to get some of the weight off. Like I lost a lot before I had my back surgery last year. I lost 40 pounds, and then I did a year of celebrating where I gained back 26 pounds.
Yeah.
So, but I need to lose that again because I'm just thinking long term. Any extra weight that you have on yourself, if I get it off, that'll help because I have arthritis. I've had it since I was a teenager, so it'd be better if I wasn't carrying around a little bit extra, the weight and. So health-wise, that's good, and in other, like, with the arthritis and stuff, there's things that can trigger that, and all these other stuff. So just trying to get a nice, healthy diet, that makes you feel better, and I just want to feel better. Really, is the main thing. So one thing I've been doing, and I've been doing this in relation to art, and I thought, well, the stuff that I've been reading, maybe I can apply that to the diet, and
Ooh, have you been applying this to that painting?
I have been.
Ooh, well, let me say really fast. Now I want to up Nancy says, now I want to up my mileage to increase my wine consumption.
Yeah. How many miles is that for a bottle?
I know.
You have to do every day. Probably about 2 bottles. You have to run a marathon every day.
But it's interesting that you mentioned that because I know what you're talking about, and that's the perfect painting to do it on.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. Well, one of the things is that psychologically, like, color has an effect on people. It can make you feel a certain way, and and there's reasons for that. So I've been in lines, and shapes, forms, all that. Actually, can help a person feel a certain way, and I don't want to, like, gosh, I want to be really careful because I don't want to, like, diss anybody or malign anybody, like, because some people believe in alternative health practices that might be a little bit out there. And what I'm looking for isn't stuff that's like crazy alternative, or not crazy but fringe, but just actual science, like where they're saying like, oh, a 45-degree angle does this, like, for a mind. And it's just, it's sort of definitive research. So I've been looking into that, like what colors when projected on a person, how does that make them feel, most people, and all this sort of stuff.
I think it's interesting, and it's, it's been proven to have effects. One interesting place to look for any of that information is advertising design.
Yes,
that I'm sure that's what that's all about. That's why you see certain colors with fast food joints and all sorts of stuff.
That's a really good point. That's true, and the advertisers have dumped a lot of money into this research because it makes a difference. It makes a big difference on people, and it's it's all through our evolution. Certain colors would mean certain things. Some things would mean danger. Which is why you can look at a snake or certain predators, and they have angles that prey animals don't have. But it gives you, I don't know, it has that psychological sort of thing. So I've been using these, and here, let me show you the painting. The Stream Deck thing isn't working yet, so I'll show you this. Let's see, here's the painting that I've been working on, and so different lines have different effects and stuff. So like horizontal lines, it's sort of a calming, it's stability. Different colors have different effects for people. Like yellow is can be energy, but it can also be sort of a sweet sort of idea, and all that, mellow. Kind of like the Darth Vader painting that I was working on had no yellow, nothing sweet in that painting. But on this, it's energy. It's a good time. It's like it's vibrant. So that's what I have in there for, and I'll go more into this. Later on and all that about what I'm trying to do with all this, having like circular sort of patterns. But here's the main thing, though, is that whenever I'm hungry and I'm dieting, or if I just want to feel a little better, like a less like, oh my gosh, dieting sucks, it's so hard. I'll focus on the painting and what I'm working on with the colors and things, and then my mind gets off of it, which I know that's a big part of it. It's a distraction, but hopefully focusing on something that has a positive effect as well is even better. So I don't know.
Well, Nancy says, I think every person has their color that calms them blue. So blue is hers. I don't know what my color. I don't know what my calming color would be. It would, it'd probably be blue as well, because that's my favorite color. It would probably be blue.
Yeah. I like kind of a golden amber sort of color.
Really?
Too. Well, and that's why, like, in the backyard and everywhere, like, because I have light perception, and I usually do, like, an amber kind of light. Like, I want to try to get that certain tone. So I try to purchase light bulbs that put off within a certain range. And I can't remember what the numbers are now, but I always try to get like in that range because fluorescent lights actually give me a headache. It's sort of a harsh, cold. And,
did it used to be red? I remember because when we first started dating, everything was red.
Yeah.
All the lights were red. It looked like you were walking into like Satan's den.
Yeah. Well, red doesn't hurt my eyes. So red was a really safe color. So I could have it red, and people that came over could see. You know, it was like being in a dark room, I guess, but they could see to get around. But for me, I didn't need the light to see, but it just light hurt my eyes, and I was extra photosensitive at that time, and my eyes were more reactive. I guess they weren't used to their, you know, that was almost 20 years ago, so things were a little different. But I'm not nearly as light doesn't hurt my eyes the way it used to, and all that. So I like yellow. I don't know. I went from like red to orangey kind of yellow, I guess.
Well, Janice Keene says, love that. Love the colors.
Oh, thank you. You know, that's funny about that. I forgot about that, about my place where I lived. I had just red lights. And then we would have little parties, and we'd have a fog machine. We would call them blind parties. Because we would fog the rooms up, like the whole place up so much that nobody could see in front of themselves. Like it was just so full of fog.
It was a party.
And then it was red light. And when light hits fog like that, it diffuses. So it makes it even harder for people to see. But whenever somebody would open the door, this fog would billow out in this red light. So it's just like you open the gates of hell.
That's
and
funny.
Then I started thinking like, oh my gosh, my neighbors are going to think we're like Satan worshipers or something over here. So
I miss those
that's
parties.
when I got rid of the red lights.
Those were fun.
Well, I was afraid people would get the wrong idea.
Although
this doesn't hurt me. This doesn't hurt my eyes, guys. That's all.
although your neighbors were just as crazy.
They were.
I mean, they would. We were. It was we lived in a college house of sorts. So I remember going over there, and there was parties, and it was it was crazy over there too.
Yeah.
So what do you have? What are you working on during the show on that painting?
Well, good thought. So
every time I breathe in, it's like this toilet paper gets sucked up into my nose, and it's making the stuff feel cold.
Well, you're semi-COVID friendly, I would think. Oh shoot! I just hit that thing. Sorry, guys.
Semi, maybe.
Well, right now, I have the background here, and I don't know if you can tell on camera or if it's where it shows up, but there's some stars up here.
Kinda.
And that kind of goes across. So it's a bit of a night sky. I want to darken the sea a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to work on that tonight. And then I have the sand down here. I'm going to darken some of this too. But I want to give the impression of it being like a nice light beach. So it's starting to get dark where all the shadows are because this is a sunset painting. So I want it really dark up here, and then that's going to be mirrored a little bit down on the bottom. So everything in this painting, instead of just having it a flat horizon, I wanted to do a bit of an angle. So I have like the beach going off. Here, the beach is going off from the towards the right hand corner, off to the left, almost not quite a third up, but up a little bit. So it's almost party.
Oh gosh.
Oh, sorry. That set the
yes.
That set the spider off.
Chip just jumped like 3 feet out of her bed.
I'm sorry,
Chip.
Chip.
It's hilarious.
We've got cat bones and giant spiders and all kinds of weird things over there, and every once in a while.
Oh, that's funny.
The cat was going crazy right before we started this.
I might have turned it off.
Oh, that explains that. Sorry, Chip. I don't mean to scare you, sweetie.
Anyway.
He's like, I don't like Halloween.
He's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, so it's just a little bit of a different kind of take that way. Like if you're walking down this beach and you're kind of walking up the beach, you've got the ocean over here. And I want to get the idea that it's a really either white or a light sandy sort of beach. Just really beautiful. And I wanted that too because it makes for a nice shift between the beach and the water. So I wanted that to be a little fuzzy about where the water's coming in. It's mixing with the beach a little bit. So I'm not done with that either. And then and have that white down here kind of making a stripe, kind of going in the same direction as the sky is up here.
It's looking awesome. I get the impression, my instinct is I'm shipwrecked. I feel like when I look at this, I I'm the only one there.
Well, fortunately, and I know this, like I'm well versed in island living. I saw every episode of Gilligan's Island. You got a tree here. Coconuts can't be far away. You can make phones. You can make all kinds of stuff.
You can make a bra.
Yeah, you can make a coconut bra. You can make a coconut phone. You can make a coconut car. Well, I guess maybe you need to make sure you're shipwrecked with a professor or something.
That's true.
Professor Coconuts, apparently.
It's all about who you're shipwrecked with. Well, Janice Keene says, what's the reason for Jacqi? There's no reason. There's absolutely no reason for Jacqi.
No reason, there's no explaining.
It's October. I don't know. Why not? Really, part of it is I kind of feel guilty because Jack's not going trick-or-treating. It's been very isolating. Everything is not fun.
Yeah, because
so we're being silly.
Yeah, we did go to the gardens like for pumpkins, but it's very non-touch, and usually for Halloween, like we love Halloween, so we'll go to different things like to a pumpkin patch, or we'll go to different little activities or something that they'll have. And this year's been more of a challenge, and Jacqi's just been making it fun.
Well, Nancy says the sky and ocean are gorgeous.
Oh, thank you, Nancy.
So, but you did you mention we went to the zoo?
We mentioned that we were going.
Oh, that's okay. So
that's right.
So we were like, okay.
Yeah, I know days and stuff. I didn't think. Well, if we.
So
Tuesday. So.
Yeah, Tuesday we went to the zoo, and Jack had to write a paper about it or something. But anyway, so it was super cute because actually it was great. There was barely anybody there, and you're forced to buy reservations and all that fun stuff, and so and all the animals. We went at the perfect time because all the animals as we were walking were out. I mean, they were either being fed or they were enjoying the weather like us. But there was this one giraffe that was in love with Eagle. It was hilarious. Which this is one thing that's a little weird. Is like when you guide dog, like the service animals, it's the zoo's not. It's the one place where it's like, you don't really need to bring them if they're like it's not the best place. But Eagle and all of them are super trained, and they're trained for the zoo. But every time.
Oh yeah, and the reason is because like there's tigers and stuff that it's a predator for a dog.
Yeah.
So some dogs it can unnerve them. Eagle doesn't. It isn't. But there may be guide dogs out there that would get unnerved, and then some of and some animals would be prey for dogs. So you don't want to make those animals nervous because the dog's there. But
right.
Nobody's afraid of Eagle, so it just all the animals seem to know like, oh, I can take her.
It was It was funny because it actually made it more interesting because every time we walked up on a different structure with the animals and all that, the animals eyeballed Eagle and they were like, wait, what? What is that? And then they would kind of like they'd actually inch close. They wouldn't run away. They would actually inch closer to kind of get a good look. So even the monkeys were like instantly looking at her, bouncing around like, wait, what is that? And then
maybe they're jealous or like, well, why did she get to walk out of her cage?
Yeah.
Good grief. What did she do this?
I know. And then what was it? The one part that made me nervous.
Sorry, guys.
The one part that made me nervous was we were walking by the cheetah enclosure, and when you walk by this particular enclosure, it's like there's rocks in front of you. But the cheetah is on the same level of ground, but in the thing, so there's no Jurassic Park style fence blocking you, right? It's just you're right there with the cheetah, and it looked at Eagle and it was like it just wouldn't take its eyes off. So I was like, let's keep walking. And we get over to the elephants and ask the elephant woman. I asked the zookeeper at the elephant area because they were being fed at the time. What's up with the cheetah? Because we walk by the cage and turns out they have like what they call hot grass, and so it's like electrified if they go to a particular area, so they don't ever try to get out. That, and what was cool that we learned was they have an ambassador dog that helps socialize the cheetahs. I thought that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, isn't that cool? What was the dog's name? It was like started with an A. It was like Armani.
I have no idea.
No, it was Armani.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
It was a cool name. I remember it being, but yeah.
Armani or Amani? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
But
sounds expensive.
Yeah, but that was really neat to that there's actually service dogs for and the reason is because they bring the cheetah around to schools and to special needs kind of things and all sorts of stuff. So it's certain cheetahs that they have there. It isn't all of them. Like the one that we saw before, she said that wasn't a specially trained cheetah but the one with the service dog though was raised with a service dog, and it was raised in a different way where it just wasn't predatory.
It wasn't as skittish. That was apparently cheetahs are really skittish creatures, and so in order to make them feel more comfortable in their enclosures and around the people walking by, they socialize them with a dog.
That's it.
So
Yeah,
that was really cool.
And cheetahs are almost like a dog in a way. I mean, they don't have retractable claws. They're just it's all. They're so I don't know. That was pretty cool.
You know what tripped me out about that was we walked up on the hyena enclosure, and I was like, I'll be honest, like I didn't realize how mean these things look. Like, wow, they're fat, big heads. They're just big. Will look like big, giant, mean dogs.
Yeah, they were tough.
I was just like, what?
And they're like, they have so much muscle, around the front.
They don't sing at all. They're not funny.
Kuna Matata, yeah.
Well, the Durham Lions Club says, good outfit for a bad hair day. Yes, very true. In fact, right before I put it on, or right when I was trying to think of what I was going to do today, I was like, I really just didn't feel like brushing my hair.
There you go.
So I was like, I got an idea. I'm going to wrap it in toilet paper.
I'm going to wrap my head in toilet paper. Problem solved.
Kylie said, that was a great pic of the pup and the giraffe. That was the giraffe that was pretty obsessed with Eagle. And as we walked the path, it followed and with its tongue like hanging way out. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
And Linda said, agree. And Barbara says the animals were about to call security. Hey, one of us got out about Eagle.
That's
yes. Cool. It was a good day, though. The weather was great, and we got out of the house. So, success.
Yeah, and it was really easy to social distance there, because there weren't that many people. And they make sure of that, too, making sure that they space everybody out. But so it was really easy, and it's nice in a zoo, too, because you don't have to touch anything, really. I mean, like you're walking around the exhibits. So, we just walked around the exhibits and, and just talked. And it really didn't get close to people. And we had our masks. And so it wasn't really, it wasn't stressful that way or anything at all. So I really recommend it. If anybody's, looking for something to do with their kiddos, that's actually a nice time to go right now. It's because, they limit it so much. And
yeah, every single animal enclosure we got right up next to, and it was, we went at noon, and almost all of the animals were out just chilling. Yeah,
and I'm hoping, if I can talk everybody into it, that we'll go to the Fort Worth Botanical Gardens next week. I love the Botanical Gardens. and when it comes to social distancing, that place is really easy. I mean, even before COVID, you wouldn't necessarily get around that many people because the gardens are huge. But the Japanese gardens, oh my gosh, I want to go there.
Well, speaking of things to do, we could talk about all the alternative Halloween things to do.
I am ready. Well, I'm going to paint.
Okay, while I talk.
Listen. Chime in every once in a while.
Okay,
well. See a picture?
Go for it.
Okay, and just let me know when you want me to move something.
Okay, so the goal here was to think of because kids aren't going straight to the door and trick or treating. So I'm kind of what do we do with Jack? What's going to happen? Blah blah blah. It was a sleepover with a friend or something. Anyway, so here's some ideas to make October fun. This first idea was to decorate the poo out of your house. Go to town decorating as opposed to just throwing up a couple of things like we do. We literally have 3 decorations and then we call it good. So this year you could amplify it, and the picture here is of wine bottles that are painted like candy corn with which is right up my alley.
Just saying wine bottles. All right, kids. First, we got to empty these bottles, and then we'll get to decorating.
Well, if you laid out all the supplies, by the time you finished the bottles, the kids had figured it out. You as a parent, you could just be like, yeah, over there, be more white in that area. You're good.
Get rid of all this mom juice. Let's see.
And then the picture next to it is of a pumpkin that's been painted like the solar system with like nebulas and galaxy with holes drilled in it. And so when a candle's put in it, it looks like stars. That's really cool. I dig that.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
That's a great idea, though, about just doing a lot of decorating and stuff.
Yeah, just doing, just involve your kid with it.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. Well, Cassie Garb joined us, says, did John paint the pumpkin? No, that's just an image I got off the internet.
Oh.
So
we should, though. That'd be cool.
Yeah, you should. That'd be cool to paint like that scene with the stars and drill the holes with the stars. Can you do that scene again really fast on a pumpkin, please?
What scene?
The scene you're painting right now.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
I don't know. How much? How much you paying me?
Smiles.
Oh, then it's worth it.
Okay, so the next one, you can go to the next picture. Okay, so this was a candy graveyard. You could set up a candy graveyard, which this was kind of cute. So it's tombstones all over the yard, and then kind of coming out of the grass or laying in the grass in front of the tombstones is just piles of candy. So I guess the kid, like, maybe it's like an Easter sort of thing where the kid comes out and, or maybe the trick-or-treater kids just come by and hopefully get, one little package of candy while it lays there and gets covered by ants. But I thought this was pretty cute. And you can get those tombstones really cheap online or at, Wally World. Super cheap.
Oh, that's cool.
So, okay, the next one, which that's... Okay, well, I'll talk about that one in a second. Another one is to host a Zoom costume party. So get your friends, get your friends together, make them dress up, and then put them on Zoom. There you go. It's different.
That sounds cool.
Apparently, there's a thing called bicycle parades. Like, this is a thing, like, with costume bicycle parades people are doing. Sounds kind of nutty.
That's pretty neat. Kids love to do parade around on bicycles.
Yeah, that's true. So that's kind of cool. And I got the impression that a lot of this, what I found was look it up in your area and see if it's happening. So this image is reverse trick or this I thought was hilarious. This is reverse trick or treat in your neighborhood.
Oh.
So you technically right now you don't want to go up to the door. You don't want to ring the doorbell. You don't want to be handed candy, whatever. Get that close to somebody. The idea here is to do like a drive-by, like those, like the birthday parties that are popular right now where the people just drive by and scream happy birthday and it's like a birthday parade.
Oh.
But this, you drive by and hopefully your neighbors have signed up for this and they just chunk candy at your car.
Well.
Like they just throw candy at the cars. And hopefully some land in the car, I guess.
Wow.
I mean, I guess you could toss it and everybody's going really slow and only some will fall, but I thought this was pretty funny because you'd get that kid out there that would just like pummel all the cars with the giant Snickers that the one neighbor has.
Yeah, when you said reverse trick or treating, I thought you maybe it meant that instead of taking candy, you went to all the houses and gave candy or something like.
Well, that is one of them. That idea was it was like ghost trick or treating or something, and that's where you can go to somebody's house, like a loved one or whatever, and you leave them like a little fun cauldron of candy.
Oh.
So that was an idea.
That's pretty cool.
Or like you can go on to the next picture. Or there was this one dude that did, and people have probably seen this because it's been all over social media. He did a candy shoot. He did a candy shoot, so the kids didn't have to come to the door, and he has his door's really high, like a New York brownstone or whatever.
Oh.
And so it's just basically a PVC pipe that's decorated, and he just sends the candy down there, and they just get it. I thought that was pretty cute.
That's cute. I wonder though. I mean, like, You're not breathing on the person, but if you breathe on the candy or you cough on the candy and then you put it on the chute, isn't that still putting germs?
I mean, I think it's the same kind of concept with, like, your groceries. Like, you can't be 100% the whole time. Like, I mean, I thought that today when I went grocery shopping, and I got in the car, and I was like, oh, the wipes are, like, buried, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I'm going to grab it. It's a thing, you know? There's cross-contamination everywhere. It's crazy.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd be willing to risk it for a bite-sized candy bar. I'm just saying.
I probably would, too.
Especially on the diet right now. It's like,
Yikes. Okay, you could have a Halloween movie marathon. That's fun. Okay, that's okay. This, you could have a glow-in-the-dark egg hunt, which I think this is a brilliant idea. You just get, because they sell, like, little pumpkin eggs. They look like pumpkins.
That's neat.
And they're like Easter eggs. And then you can put candy in them, put, like, those little light-up, single light things that you can buy off Amazon really cheap.
Yeah.
And just hide them around and make the kid go hunt for eggs in the dark.
That sounds cool, except if you light them up, though, that's going to be super easy.
Well, maybe you bury them a little bit.
You just have to dig up the yard.
I mean, we do need it aerated a little bit.
But that does, that's my favorite idea so far, because, it's an activity, it's something you can do, and you can do it during the day, actually. You can do it, having them light up is pretty cool, though. That's fun, but doing it even during the day where it's just like a hunt and seek thing, that's pretty cool. And it'd be good for children with visual impairments, because, if you got the beeping eggs that they use for Easter, they're like little Easter eggs that make a beep, so that when you're hunting for it, you're just going for the sound. You could do that for Halloween. That'd be
cool. We'd have to clean the backyard from dog poop.
Oh, it is. It should be.
Well, let's make sure.
You have to make sure right before it, but yeah, you never know. Yeah, you wouldn't put a little
This is a special surprise. That's so gross. Okay, another idea.
Forever and clean.
Hey, it might be a way to get him to clean the backyard. Okay, the next one. I think that was all the images I think I had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So another idea was to decorate face masks. It's a very Halloween 2020 thing. So you could do that. I don't know. You know what? I would imagine that if you go online, you can buy like masks that are purposely allow you to like use fabric paint on them and stuff.
Yeah.
So that could be fun. And then another idea was just to do like, general treats, like create Halloween treats. And another thing that I didn't know was that a lot of restaurants do Halloween themed food, and you could get it to go and then have like a thing at your house and everybody dress up and you eat the weird Halloween food that restaurants put together.
That's true. That's a great idea. Like we could order ribs and call it Frankenstein's ribs, and then we could order mashed potatoes and call it Frankenstein's mashed potatoes, and then we could order apple pie and call it.
Let's just talk about food.
Pie. I'm not sure if I'm good at theming, but it sounds delicious. I could be down for this.
Well, Kim says beeping pumpkins. That sounds funny. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I that's one thing. I think, like, for us, I'd like to do the movie.
I was just thinking. But you drinking red wine with the toilet paper? Like, if you spill any, it's going to look you have blood on your face.
I know.
Oh, you wouldn't? Yeah, the movie thing with
I'm falling up. I'm unraveling.
You're unraveling? Uh-oh.
I'm unraveling. Anyway.
Quick, somebody call an archaeologist. We gotta get back in. Or one of the Charmin bears, something.
I know, really. Well, Carla says, I like the movie marathon in total dark house with soft Halloween recordings in the background. Ooh.
Yeah.
There are Halloween themed snacks you can make together. So that sounds like a perfect night.
That does.
I mean, I think for Jack, what he talked about doing was he would invite one of his other friends that's homeschooled over, and they'd do a slumber party, and maybe we'll show him Poltergeist.
Ooh, yeah. It's hard because, it's I don't know. It's like everything that you do, there's some risk to it. So you try to mitigate that risk with it all, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, where do you draw the line? Like, you don't do, like, Jack hasn't been able to play with other friends really for a long time. And there's lots of kids that are that way. And, it's terrible. Like, when you're 12 years old, 11 years old and all that going months and months and months without being able to play with other kids. I mean, kids live in almost dog years, I mean, that's a significant time.
That's true. I hadn't thought about it that way. That's not cool.
Yeah, it's just, it's crazy. So I gotta commend Jack for not going crazy.
So I think
would not go crazy, kid.
I can't really see it because I can't see myself,
Mm-hmm.
but I think the wine is staining my mummy rags.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can you see the monitor over on
I think so. I think I've got some damage over here.
You mean just put the camera on you?
No, I don't.
Sure, I can do it. No. You're cute.
Yeah, Kim says wardrobe malfunction. Yes, exactly. It's really hot.
I'm just saving a little wine for later. Oh, you can squeeze it out of your mummy wraps. Nice. One thing that I'm hoping to do next week,
yes,
is to do some talking about for creatives and artists, and I know a lot of people who are on our stream are creatives. Oh gosh, I keep hitting this. Oh, but we're not on that. Okay. But about maybe things you can do to be able to sell your art right now and all that. And
yeah.
get it out. And there's actually a couple of people that I'm going to talk to this weekend, and hopefully they'll come on. But I don't want to say anything in case they don't want to come on, unless they don't want to do it. But it would be really, really cool, though, to have people that are about to put their artwork out there, and the thought process they have. Because it's very different. Like deciding, like, even though, like these maybe have made art for years and years and years, but deciding to really kind of show it during this COVID thing, I mean, it's a whole different thought process. Like, how do you reach out? How do you get it out there? In some ways, though, I think this might be a really good time for people to get out and start doing it, because the usual way of doing things has changed. And it's really hard for a new artist to establish into the established art world, because it's all been there, and but now everything is being shaken up. So this might be a really good time to be able to slip in, and do some things. So I want to talk about that next week, because it's just it's a very different world, and what's it going to look like, and whenever you work in a whether you're a DJ or you're a painter or you're a photographer, or you do some kind of work like that where you it's around a bunch of people, you need people grouping together. What do you do?
What do you do? Yeah, it is difficult. You do have to get creative, and I mean, you really got to put yourself out there, when it comes to, I know social media and posting a lot of pictures about your work and stuff like that. I know that's a giant chunk of our game. So
yeah, and we're working on, and it's too early to talk about it now, but we're working on an immersive but COVID-friendly art show where it's immersive art, and it's something that can really help. Like that we do like a pop-up show in conjunction with different nonprofits and charities and help them fundraise, because right now it's been really hard for different nonprofits and charities. Like galas just aren't really happening. All these fundraisers and stuff where you expect to get people together, and that's how they fund their projects, each year, and it's just not happening, and it's making a lot of nonprofits and charities just either have to close up or really restrict the amount of people that they can help. So one of these things about this pop-up show that we're coming up now, because we were designing some shows and coming up with ideas for shows pre-COVID, and now we're going in and we're rethinking it, redesigning it so that it can be a completely immersive experience, but open. Just like if you're going to the zoo or if you're going to a garden or something, where you're not everybody's spaced out, but it's immersive and it's so cool. So I don't know, but it's too early to talk about. But it's.
Kim says, I did my first small show in February and then everything got canceled, so I'd like to hear your ideas.
Oh yes, Kim. Oh my goodness. Yeah. There's stuff that we can be doing. For sure. And there's also things that we can be doing now because probably by next summer things will be really kind of eased up. I mean, COVID won't be over, but some of the projections that I've been reading, they're saying that things business-wise might be getting back to normal, by then, maybe. And then everything more normal 6 months after that. I know it's a long time, but there's lots of stuff that we can do right now that will really put us in a good spot when everything gets better and normalizes so that you can hit it hard, and so I don't know, there is some stuff out there that we can do to make things better, not just for now but later on especially. So that's my thought. I'm super optimistic about it all, but honestly, like historically, like looking, I mean, I know things are bad and that things are hard, but call me overly optimistic, but any time that I've looked back in history, like in American history, that when things have gotten really good and grown, it's been right after there's been a challenge of some kind, and it's been a war. It's been, like the Spanish flu, and the war, all that going on then.
Yeah, there's like a boom. Something. Yeah, a boom right afterwards or something. Yeah.
There's always been like a big challenge, and of course you get hit with the challenge. It hurts. It's not good, but one thing that America is really good at is responding and making the changes that we need to do, and we can do that pretty quickly, and then coming back even stronger. I think you're getting possessed over there, darling. Your Halloween vibes are going. Either that, or I've talked too long. I need to get off my soapbox, and that.
Ooh, that would be
cat's
cool.
telling me.
That'd be a good trick for this cat. Whenever you're on your soapbox too long, it goes off.
I start talking too optimistic. I'm just like, gosh, guys, we can do it. I know we can.
Don't be ridiculous.
we just take our can-do spirit and we'll get her done. Then the cat comes in. Yeah. But I really do feel that way, guys. So next week I'm hoping to share some of that stuff and talk about it. And also because right now is the time when nonprofits and charities are going to be planning on their stuff for next year. And COVID is still going to be, probably it's still going to be on people's minds. People are going to still be doing the social distancing and all this fun stuff. Hopefully everything will be much better, but it's going to be a while before people are in crowds, I guess, without a concern, for in a lot of places especially. And so we have this idea for a show that's very immersive, very fun, and works, help raise. That's one of the things that I miss the most. Like we used to fly like 2-3 times a month, doing different shows, helping different nonprofits, doing talks, doing live paintings, auctioning them off. So we had a lot of experience with that kind of thing, and it's gonna have to change a little bit. So but I don't know, doing that kind of stuff just feels good. It's fun to do and all that. So we're coming up with a better way to actually works better than what we used to do. So having this time to think about that, I think it's actually going to make things better. I didn't set the cat off. So I must not be getting overly optimistic.
Carla wrote a crucible. Ooh. So maybe that's what we need.
Yeah. Heck yeah, man.
That's pretty creepy. I mean that. And then today I bought at the store, they had a real cheap voice changer thing, like you could change it into a monster or an alien, and I'm pretty sure you're not happy with this purchase.
Oh, well, first thing Jack did, of course, because, Jack being Jack, he snuck in here, and I'm painting, I'm, doing things, and he gets like right here, and he has this big voice changer that's set on a monster setting. I found. He's like, and I almost jumped up and ran the easel. And I was like, "Oh, you got me, buddy!" But that didn't. It said he puts the mic so close to the speaker that makes
the feedback. Yeah, that's the one thing that'll make me lose it.
But I told him. I said because he was playing those tricks on me, so I had his Smarties. I said, "I'll tell you what, I'll let you have the Smarties if you put that up." I said, "If not, I'm gonna start dropping them in the sink." And he said, "Oh, you want to do it?" So I dropped one. He's like, and then he's like, "You want to do that?" And so I dropped like 4 of them in there. He's like, "I'll put it up." You're mean. It's like, well.
Oh, that's funny because he came running back to the back bedroom and was like, Dad, 4 of my Smarties into the sink. And I was like, So.
Well, what was funny is a nanny told Jack to share them with me.
Oh.
And so I was supposed to have a bunch of the Smarties, but I'm on a diet, so I'm not eating them. So I figure putting 4 of the little tiny candies on down the sink, he'd still end up better from the whole deal. But I don't know. I'll teach him for coming over and scaring me with monster sounds.
Yeah.
It won't.
So what do you have left on this?
Oh yeah, here, let me tell you. So I'm probably about done because I've been putting thick stuff around here. It may not look that thick. Let's check. Okay. So I've been putting highlights. So I don't know if you can tell, but there's a lot more white on the tree right now.
Yes, it looks beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's not going to stay all that white, but I'm putting in the whites and stuff because I want to give it kind of a layered effect. So, so deeper in the palm, it's going to be darker, and because it's night here, I also want there to be some nice darkness. But I don't want it to be totally dark. I want it to be vibrant, lots of color, lots of fun. But with that idea that it's starting to become nighttime, so I'm thinking about trying to put the sun, the idea of the light coming right about here, just to the right of the palm tree. And for anybody that's visually impaired, there's a palm tree on the left-hand side of the painting, and it's not going straight up. It's actually going off to the right at about, I don't know, maybe a 45-degree angle, maybe a little steeper, and then going pretty much straight up. Not quite, but pretty much. And then it blossoms at about the top third of the painting-ish, and then it blossoms into all the palm fronds. And that's where there's a lot of colors. And the colors are mirrored in the sky behind it. At about the top third-ish, maybe 40% of the painting is where the horizon line is. But the ground line is actually going down below that, and then going off to the corner, so it's at an angle. And the colors, starting from the top of the painting, is actually black, then going into a really deep reds and some deep purples, and then some cerulean blues and some pinks and other reds, and then that goes into oranges and yellows, then more reds, and it sort of ribbons back and forth from that. But none of it is as dark though as the very top. And then up at the very top, I have some little stars. There's white stars. There's little cerulean blue stars, just sort of peeking out. So you get the idea that it's not a storm coming in. It's actually like the sun is setting. The sun will be coming down right over by the palm tree, and night is starting to creep in.
Well, Kim says, so you have blue, yellow, and green as well as white in the branches? ?
I do. I actually have fluorescent pink and cerulean blue, dark blue, light green, dark blue, green, lemon yellow, and a golden yellow, light green, and a dark green. I know, and that sounds like a lot, but it's mostly light green and dark green, and I'm using the other colors as sort of a tinting agents to be able to darken and stuff. So instead of just darkening the palm fronds with the idea of like blacks and grays and stuff like that, I'm using different shades of paint. So I know like a cerulean blue, which is a light blue, it isn't going to be as the value isn't going to be as high as like white, but it's a little bit dimmer. So I'll put that in where the beginning of a shadow, and then I may go to a darker blue, after that. So it just naturally makes it more shadowed there. So
well, Nancy says love it.
Oh, thank you, Nancy.
And my mom joins us, says, hey guys, love the palm tree.
Hey, I'm looking forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Heck yeah, man, party. Mm-hmm. So what is that saying that sailors have that is like, a storm's coming?
Red sky in mornings and sailors take warning.
Oh, okay.
Red sky is at night, sailors delight.
Okay, I thought it was like something like red touches the sea, storms there be. I don't know.
I like that better. That's better. If red touches the sky, you may lose an eye. Arrgh.
You gotta follow it up with the arrgh.
Arrgh. Arrgh, matey. That's why we have many patches and stowed away.
That's funny.
Man, that's
okay. So the burning question of the night. What should I be on Monday?
I don't know. Let me see. Hold it. It's the burning question. Is it working?
Dun dun dun. Yeah. Yeah, my face is on fire.
Oh, okay.
Are we burning hearts?
Oh, are we? Sorry. I didn't mean to.
Okay, Nancy followed it up with red skies at night, sailors delight. Red sky in morning, sailors take warning. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
I'm gonna set your mumminess on fire over there, I guess.
All right, so I guess it could be a surprise.
Yeah, I think it might be. Like, you've been surprising me the last couple of times.
I have like ideas, and I've been just trying to stick to like anything that's like from waist up because I ain't got time for anything else. So
what are you saying? You're not dressed from the waist down? Neither am I. This is a web show, right? It's all.
That's right.
Yay.
Who puts pants on anymore? It's 2020. You know?
So restricted. Yes, 2020. The pants companies are not doing well this year.
Unless they're sweatpants.
Yeah, there you go. Well, yeah, no, so I'm going to work on this more this weekend. Actually, I'm going to start a painting for Mandy Harvey for the concert that I'm going to be doing. And that's going to be doing the end of this month. And that's going to be helping the No Barriers nonprofit. And that's going to be so much fun. So I'll definitely keep everybody posted about that. But I'm starting the beginnings of everything on that. So that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. And we'll have more stuff for you on Monday, guys. But mostly, thanks so much for hanging out with us and, for making this whole COVID thing so much better. Really appreciate that.
Kim Taylor suggests pirate.
Ooh.
It was funny. At first, she posted apparit, and I was like, "What is that?" And then she wrote pirate. So I think it was I was like, apparit. Is that like some 18th century queen I don't know about?
What's a pirate? Sounds like that goes with my witte wine.
My witte wine.
Oh, and I want to say too, thanks for our patrons, guys. You guys are awesome.
Thank you. All right, so it's been fun. I have got to take this off. I'm burning. It's so hot. Who knew toilet paper was such a good, insulator?
Yeah, gosh. Well, guys, thanks so much. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on Monday, I hope. I mean, we'll be here. I hope you come back. We didn't scare you off.
Thanks, guys.
But I'm going to try to turn this off real quick. I've got this Bluetooth in my ear. It talks to me. Bye, guys.